Welcome to another Monday morning meditation. I feel like the Monday motivation is always needed to reset the week. I feel like Sunday is always part of the last week for some reason. I always feel like Monday is a space we can step into and where we can really define the coming week. So I invite you all into this space. Notice where your body and your mind are. Notice if there was some chaos that still lingers from last week, or some of that flavor from last week. I'm in New York right now, and it snowed on Friday, and there was so much snow everywhere. And by today, it's almost cleared up, and there's just little piles of snow everywhere. And it's just noticing what we invite into this next week as we move into it. So I invite you to take that first inhale here, relaxing the shoulders, softening the jawline, and inhaling through the nose, placing the tongue at the roof of your mouth, and taking that inhale, expanding the chest and the abdomen, filling the lungs, softening the eyes. And when you get to the top of that inhale, just take a moment to pause and try to fill some more. Notice how much you can expand, where you can expand into when you expand. And really acknowledge this sense of fullness and wholeness that is available to you stepping into this next week. And then softly exhale. Relaxing deeper into the muscles, deeper into your consciousness, and softening the approach. I'm going to take another inhale here through the nose, this time softening the eyebrows, relaxing the fingertips, noticing where your hips are, your knees, your joints, and using this inhale as an opportunity to just wash some relaxation over you as if it was a filter. So the goal of this, as you exhale, is just to think about it as it doesn't make anything go away, but just like a water filter or an air filter, it just adds another level of filtration, of purity to it, where it can help nourish the nervous system on another level. So soften into that as you exhale. And for this last intentional inhale, again, taking it in through your nose, visualizing that your body is a balloon expanding, so relaxing the muscles around your chest and abdomen, and just allowing the air that you're taking in, the oxygen, to fill and expand the space within, and everything around it to just relax. Because a lot of times when we begin to fill our bodies, we start to tense up the muscles as well. When you get to the top of that inhale, just relax for a moment and inhale some more and hold at that top of that breath and just acknowledge again the abundance, the fullness, and what wholeness really feels like before exhaling. at the bottom of that exhale, feel free to adjust accordingly. Feel free to relax into the space where you can lay back into the chair that you're sitting in and really invite the support that is available to you. And commit to some stillness here as we enter this meditation. So the concept of fullness in itself and wholeness is really an idea. And a lot of times we have an idea of, I want to feel full, and we crave all sorts of things. But we do that within our mind rather than noticing what fullness might feel like in our body. And when it comes to success or chasing some kind of dream or desire, especially on like a Monday where we're structuring our week, it is so important to notice not only what the actual list looks like of things to do, but also what do you want to feel like? So a really great way of acknowledging this is think about when you commit to getting dressed in the morning. There's a way you want to be perceived. And then there's a way that something that's supportive and something that makes you feel comfortable in clothing in itself. And when we do this, we look in the mirror and we're like, okay, I feel good. And then we step outside into our day. Mood kind of works the same way. A lot of times we struggle with mood. We struggle with, somebody shifting the mood for us and somebody creating a bad mood, or the pressure of what has to get done kind of lets us retract into a depressed experience where we feel this kind of pressure. So I want you for a moment to visualize in this relaxed state, just like you would choose clothing for the day. I want you to kind of choose a mood and commit to it. So for me, it's a sense of calm. I like to dress myself in calmness and really embody what those sensations are within. I like to feel them and then identify what that feels like. And that could be my muscles feeling relaxed. I could move at a relaxed pace that my mind and my body could feel whole and connected at all times. So just like an outfit, when we step into the day, if somebody says to us they don't like what we're wearing, we usually don't go home and change our outfit. When we choose a mood for the day, it's so important to make sure that we can commit to it. So the idea of success, and this is success in health, in education, in finances, in relationships, it all starts from within. So a beautiful outfit that I will recommend for today is wholeness. This sense of fullness and wholeness. So with this next inhale, I want you to take some more oxygen into your lungs, inhaling through the nose, really feeling what the sensation of wholeness feels like. If somebody gave you permission to feel completely full, what would that feel like? And place your hand on your heart and just notice how it expands. And if we get to approach the day from a sense of fullness rather than deficiency, everything we do is already successful because it's complete. Rather than seeing deficiency, we see wholeness. And that's where it's really created. So rather than doing, it's being. The challenge with this perception is that for a lot of us, it doesn't feel productive. We want to feel productive rather than feel whole. But if we think about the end game of, it's Monday, so thinking about what do you want to accomplish by the end of the week? And a lot of times it's, when we think about success, we think about this wholeness. We want to feel full. So if we step into our week that way, it is so much easier to achieve that wholeness and fullness to its greatest capacity. Something I've learned in the past is so many of us don't suffer from a lack of things, but we suffer from indigestion because we come from a world with so much abundance and there is so much available to us. The consumption rate is so high. That rather than struggling with a lack of something, we're struggling to digest an abundance that is actually there. So coming back to the mindset of wholeness, when we are intuitive about what we are being mindful of, we're able to pick and choose valuable things that will add value into our lives day to day. From the approach of, I have everything I need, rather than a place and a position of, I am missing something. So notice the difference. And like anything else, a mindset, a mindful mindset, is like a muscle that we build. And just like there's no wrong body to build, right? I always say this, where you have the opportunity, you have different athletes. You have a bodybuilder and a ballerina and a runner and then a yogi. They're all building different bodies. No body is wrong. It's just committing to a certain structure, saying, I want to have this kind of body. I want to be built a certain way. For me, that is a healthy balance within, and I really want my life to be surrounded with calm. So to do that, we need to build those specific muscles. So a bodybuilder and a runner will do different exercises to build the body type. They will eat differently, and they will balance out their exercises differently. So it's so important to notice when we are doing this Monday morning strategy of trying to focus on what we're building for the week or building out for the week, is committing to what muscles would we like to build in this moment. And then wear it like an outfit. Or do something to remind yourself that that's a mindset you're inviting into your day. So a great one that my teacher has recommended was to either add a screensaver or like a keychain, or buy yourself some flowers and tell yourself that every single time you look at those flowers or you pass by them, you remind yourself about the mindfulness and this muscle that you're building of whatever it is that you want to commit to emotionally. And then you add it into your life like a filter. It's just an extra layer where you're able to feel life on a deeper level, because the compass is the emotional space, the status of I'm coming from this space. So it's not like people are even going to be nicer to you or you're going to make more money. It's not about that. It's about, like water filter or an air filter, it's I'm inviting another layer of purity where my process is calmer. So then we think about the words that come out of our mouth or the thoughts that we think. And if a conversation is going to create more anxiety, it's something that we can retract from ever so slightly and commit to the calm rather than extending into trying to calm somebody else's chaos, and invite ourselves into our own. And emotions are infectious. Emotional hygiene is so important. When someone steps into the world and there's anxiety there, it's infectious. But if we step into the world and our mind is clear and our body is calm, it is so much easier to create that in your day and influence your surroundings, because emotions are infectious. So as you move into this space, notice what's important to you, and you have value because you acknowledge your value. It is not something that somebody else acknowledges for you. And commit to that value and stepping into that value. I want you to notice how that feels. Really taking a moment to embody the sensations that you want to escort you throughout the week. But we'll start with today. There are so many things you can choose. And you can also choose multiple, but it's interesting to choose one at a time. So last week I did one day I committed to not worrying. That means anytime something came up that I potentially could worry about, I said today just for today, I'm not going to worry. And it really went great. It went so well that I did it a second day, but I skipped a day and then did it again. So you can have love escort you through your day. You can have compassion. You can have a sense of gentleness escort you. You can allow creativity to escort you. You can allow softness to escort you through your day. You can invite clarity. Connection. You can invite listening into this space. You can invite your voice into this space as well, or any other concepts that come up that you would like to help enhance the future of today. Thank you so much for joining me in this meditation. I'm Esther, your host, and this is an Ujjayi self-care guided meditation.